Welcome back to Championship Court here at the 2024 APP Sacramento Open on this beautiful Friday afternoon in Roseville, California. A monster upset just occurred on Championship Court. The 1-seed dispatch by Patrick Kauka and Dario Walczak. That opens things up, fellas, for the rest of the draw. Already one of the favorites coming into this tournament in the mixed doubles, Susanna Barr and Eric Lange, the 3-seed. That's looking a lot more likely if they can get past this matchup of Brandon Long and Mari Humberg.
Yeah, this is another tough one, too, with Humberg and Long. Like you're saying, Chad, Mari Humberg, solid as can be, going cross-court with that little cut. Everything she hits, she got spin on it and everything. So she's got a lot of junk on the ball. And then Brendan Long is going to play big in the middle. He's going to try and make his presence felt. So it's another interesting matchup here on Championship Court. But, Chad, what happened? We were talking before we came back. On an outer court, we had a potential upset on an outer court.
We were talking about the Johnsons, and they're coming in as the 2-seed. We expected them to get through a little bit tested, but they were down 10-1 in Game 3 to Richard Livanese Jr. and Amanda Hendry, and yeah, came back and won that one 14-12. So
nine match points.
9.
Livanese and Hendry couldn't convert. And when you leave the door open to the Johnsons, that's trouble.
Very reminiscent of that men's singles final last year in New York between Veličković and William Sobek.
When he burned that timeout.
Just some of the phenomenal things you see here on the APP Tour. Mari Humberg first to serve. Humberg and Long in the black and purple at the bottom of the screen.
Oh, that was ambitious.
Got to start off with something.
Yeah, that's a tough shot right there, especially if you're trying to slap it and you're not shaping it back around.
Backhand flick off the paddle of Lange. Point for Barr and Lange.
Some good resets there from Brendan Long right there early on off the power from Lange, but Lange triples up on the backhand side.
Well, I will say that's a big part of Eric Lange's game that we've seen progress kind of over the last year and a half or so.
2-0-1.
He's a big body. He should have a lot of power, but he used to play very tentative. Now, starting to play a lot more aggressive, taking some risks, really taking those balls in the middle and putting some pressure on, and that's what he needs to do.
It was like he was listening to you right there as you queued him right up for that winner down the middle.
It's almost like you guys know what you're talking about.
Well, he does have that new Yola paddle that he's using, got a lot more pop and control on it.
3-0-2.
So it's really helped his game over the last month and a half, 2 months.
Big serve there. Humberg trying to cut that forehand.
Barr and Lange getting off to an
4-0-2.
4-point lead.
Foot fault, left foot.
Ooh.
Point.
Foot fault on Long, another point, as it is 5-0 in favor of the 3rd seed.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Long.
5-0-2.
It's something that where he tries to do a little too much and get too big in the middle. It's where the mistakes start coming into it.
Big forehand from Lange in the middle.
The 3rd shot drive to the 5th shot drop from Eric Lange right there. Huge. Such a big part of the game. People think with big 3rd shot drives that it's 3rd shot drive, 5th shot drive, and attack. The 3rd shot drive is setting up a shorter drop shot. So the 3rd shot drive from the baseline there from Lange. Great block from Humberg, gets it low, but then Lange comes in, hits a great drop, pop up, and the put away. Good setup from Lange, and we have Barr and Lange cruising again.
You talked about how Lange is really coming into his own after turning pro back in 2018. How much of his comfortability, especially at the kitchen line, has to do with the way that he's tactically setting up points?
Well, like I started talking about, where he was known more for his resets and his defense and being able to stay in long points. And he was a little tentative and a little hesitant to be the aggressor. But I also think that the big part of it was that paddle change. Switching from head to Yola,
Yes.
he now has a lot more confidence
Time
in
in.
the shape,
6-0-2.
the power with that. So he's taking some more risks. Oh, she's going all body. All body, no court.
Big smile from Barr. She knows what she was trying to do there. Side out as she and Lange are up 6-0 on the 6th seed, Humberg and Long.
0-6-1.
Don't mind the approach there, trying to be aggressive off a let cord.
Point.
Unfriendly net cord for Barr as Humberg and Long get on the board.
Yeah, that's good defense there from Humberg. She was pressured from those dinks from Barr, cutting
1-6-1.
that forehand back. Barr tries to take it out of the air, and it's just a little flat. Yeah, that's
Point.
the aggression from Brendan Long. Needs to. We always talk, Dom, the controlled aggression where you put the power on, the pressure on, but you stay
2-6-1.
short with it. When Long gets too big, that's where the issues start coming into his game.
Right, just on cue, you have tremendous power, but trying to do too much.
Well, it was a great read there from Lange. He saw that Long was coming in and going to pull the trigger. He was already jumping out of the way before Long even hit that ball.
2-6-2.
2-6-2.
Side
Humberg
out.
comes up short, side out.
It'll miss it there from the shovel block.
6-2-1. Second serve.
Drive just missing off the tape right there from
6-2-2.
Susanna Barr.
Seen the tape come into play a lot in this match.
That ball was
Side out.
Humberg figured she'd hit the ATP anyway. She needed the practice. She missed the first one.
Listen, you'll take an ATP even if it
Well,
looks good. It always looks good.
That one was a little easier. It kicked out water around the post there.
2-6-1.
Nice
Point.
cut drop right there for Mari Humberg. Puts so much backspin on it right there. Gives Lange a little bit of an issue.
We saw Humberg
3-6-1.
really use that slice and backspin to her advantage in the singles draw yesterday against Riley Boner here on championship
Second
court.
serve.
The miscommunication right there in the middle. Who was going to take that ball?
3-6-2.
And then into the net.
Point.
Point as the forehand from Barr sails Long.
And a big serve there from Long. Going with the wind.
4-6-2.
Wind starting to pick up and gusting at moments.
That
Another
was
deep serve right on the line.
Yeah, that's tough with the power, the top spin, and landing a couple of inches inside the baseline. There's not as much room
5-6-2.
on that far side from us in front of the LED boards as there is for Long and Humberg.
Barr comes up short. We're tied up at 6.
Yeah, a couple of 6-0 runs here by both teams.
6-6-2.
Lange and Barr electing to play it out.
Point.
Another air off the paddle of Lange as Long and Humberg take their first lead of the match.
Kind of surprised. I would have taken it at maybe
7-6-2.
5, but still no timeout here from Barr and Lange.
Side out.
Humberg can't come up with the dig, side out.
Yeah, it's almost identical to the previous one that she missed. Getting just a little too
6-7-1.
deep, losing sight of it for just a fraction of a time when it gets close to the body.
Great hands from Barr.
The setup there was the backhand flick from Eric Lange. He goes crossbody on Humberg,
7-7-1.
finds that left hip, creates that ball that sits up just enough. No, not going to get there.
Second serve.
Nice drop right there from Brendan Long. Great touch from the big man.
7-7-2.
How dangerous can he be when he starts adding in that touch to his game?
Oh,
Point.
Long right there was shocked that Lang pulled the trigger on the two-handed backhand. You don't see that much out of Eric Lang, hitting a
8-7-2.
drive from the two-handed backhand.
Point.
There's the big dipping forehand from Eric Lang.
And now Barr and Lang within 2 points of
9-7-2.
taking game number 1, 9-7-2. Big swing from Long into the net. Game point.
1 minute.
Nice
Will
job.
come after the timeout. They want to take it over, take a minute and talk it over as Barr and Lang up by 3.
Well, you heard in the middle of that last point, the return was to Megan Fudge, or excuse me, to Susanna Barr. And then what happened was she called it, but Eric Lang, feeling it, steps in front, gets up to the kitchen line off a great drop.
While we have a break in the action, let's look back on the week that was in our first event of the season in Punta Gorda in our Vlasic Pickles Instant Classic.
Seconds. Receivers, no timeouts. Servers, 2 timeouts. Go!
APP Tour, we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
That was our Vlasic Pickles Instant Classic, recapping an incredible event in Punta Gorda. Let's look ahead to what's next on the APP Tour, the first major of the season. Coming up later this month, the Chase APP Miami Pickleball Open. It is going to be a phenomenal schedule coming up this season. It has been a phenomenal tournament here so far in Sacramento as Barr and Lang get set to serve for game number 1 against Mari Humberg and Brendan Long.
Ooh, a little mix of backhand right there. The backhand flick from Humberg. That's a favorite of hers. Just drops that paddle head down, takes it from the shoelaces, elevates it up head high. Let it go thinking it's going to go out. Lands in the baseline.
Humberg and Long fight off game point.
Oh, miss hit. We heard it from here.
Hesitation.
Yeah, a little miss hit off the paddle of Mari Humberg.
Second serve will be on the paddle of Brendan Long.
Oh, she waited to come forward. Got that perfect drop there from Humberg down into the kitchen line. Hesitated coming forward right there. And then was late getting to that next ball. Popped it up.
Humberg and Long not able to cut into the deficit. It brings up game point number 2. Too long off the paddle of Lang.
Again, good third shot drive to drop from Lang, but then just gets a little too big with that one.
10-7-2.
10-7-2, game point number 3.
Oh, hits the net post.
Long can't come up with the ATP. Game 1 goes to the 3 seed Susanna Barr. and Eric Lange. They take it 11-7 over Mari Humberg and Brendan Long. Game number 2 coming up next here at the 2024 APP Sacramento Open.
Doesn't a beer sound like a better idea?
Fat tire.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Ora Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
18 years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped. Suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
The APP is sponsored by Alas, official on-court apparel of the APP Tour. C&D Nets, the highest quality nets made in the USA. And Vlasic Pickles, official pickle of the APP Tour. Welcome back to Championship Court. Dorian Kraft, Chad Edwards, Dominic Catalano here with you in Sacramento. The game 1 was a game of runs. Susanna Barr and Eric Lange closed it out on a 5-0 run to take it 11-7 over Brendan Long and Mari Humberg. It was pretty evenly matched, Dom. What's going to be the difference maker in game 2?
Well, yeah, I mean, like you said, it was a game of runs. It was a 6-0 run from Barr and Lange and a 7-0 run from Humberg and Long, closed out by a 5-0. A little spillage on court right now is...
Oh, that's a little spill. How did that go?
Rainstorm.
That went all the way across the court.
A little spray as they finish up here, and we are getting ready to play pickleball here on Championship Court.
Being a professional means you always have to deal with things that come up, but in a match like this, you take the extra time if you're Humberg and Long to reset yourself. What has to be the game plan coming out to start game 2?
Well, obviously, you want the better spot, the better start than you did in game 1. But I think they need to just slow things down a little bit, control it. You know, Humberg felt the pressure from some of those dinks from Barr, where she was getting pushed back and she's trying to cut that ball a little too much. Long, we saw him get in the middle and really put some pressure on, but then he got too big and went for too much. So, yes, Long needs to be aggressive, but he has to stay composed and controlled with it. And Humberg needs to, rather than letting those balls really push her back away from the kitchen line, she has to start taking those balls out of the air and taking away the timing from Barr. And that's Barr's strength. She's going to sit there and she's going to take balls out of the air. She's going to roll them deep. She's going to keep putting that pressure on. But once Barr starts feeling pressured and getting pushed back from the kitchen line, that's when she starts missing those balls into the net as well.
You hit it early on, what you were talking about. It's the controlled aggression from Humberg and Long. It needs to be a controlled, aggressive play. But like you said, it's Humberg trying to go cross-court with Barr. But the thing is she doesn't like taking too many balls out of the air, because what is one of her strengths is cutting the ball, right? And so she likes that ball to deaden up on the ground and then cut through it so she gets all that spin on it.
Humberg coming to the sport of pickleball with over 20 years of experience as a tennis player, player college tennis at the University of Louisville. There's that backhand cut. Keeps it so low to the ground.
Point.
Puts it into the net.
Point had everything, and there's some great resets there from Humberg off the tape, too, in the middle.
1-0-2.
1-0-2.
Round. Yeah. Oh, nice.
ATP all day long.
That's out of here over the, we call it a green monster, but it's really not.
It's an LED monster.
The LED monster.
Yeah, but
right
you see that
2-0-2.
Lange waits, lets that develop, lets it get outside the post, doesn't overrun the ball.
Point. Timeout receivers, 3-0-2.
Just outside of the line off the forehand from Humberg, and already Lange and Humberg wanting a timeout as they find themselves trailing at 3-0 here in game number 2 after falling in game number 1, 11-7. The thing that stood out to me the most about Eric Lange on that ATP was the patience to let that play develop.
Well, and that's the hard part, too, is you know that it's going wide. And if you overrun it, then you don't have the ability to snap that ball back and give it the shape and the angle to get back there. But if you stay patient, let it develop, you see one step and then a big stride, and he just drifts with that ball, lets it get outside the post, and then he's able to hit back across his body to bring it back in. If you freak out and you rush to get that ball, it's much tougher to hit that ATP.
Love the early timeout here from Humberg and Lange. Not waiting to get in a deeper hole. 3-0, good run here to start for Barr and Lange. We're going to stop that momentum right here and try and get this side out like the early timeout.
Timeout. 3-0-2.
Humberg and Lange were able to go on a 7-0 run in game number 1. Get it.
Side out.
A side out of the timeout.
And I'd like Lange to let that ball go because of the X in the middle. That ball's going
0-3-1.
right to Susanna Barr's backhand to reset that.
New partnership between Lange and Barr.
Second
Too
serve.
much from Lange.
Well, you see him rush up to that. Yes, you want to get up there. You want to try to take that ball on the riser at the peak, but you have to stop your feet. You have to load and you have to hit through it. That one he just ran through. So now all of a sudden the swing timing's off. Different swing, different job there. Moves up to it, sets the feet, adds a little bit more shape, and Barr is caught in the transition as she's coming up after that return.
It's not like a split step when you're fielding a ground ball.
Exactly.
Elevates and Lange able to put it away.
And again, good pressure. Lange puts some pressure on Barr right there. Ball sits up. Humberg,
2-3-2.
quick roll, and then gets that ball elevated even more for Lange to finish.
Ooh, nice job right there. And read from Brendan Lange in the middle on the backhand flick from Eric Lange. Lange sitting on it.
And Dom, you called it out of the timeout.
3-3-2.
Lange and Humberg have run off 3 straight points to tie it at 3 here in game number 2.
Point.
Too far from Lange. Humberg and Lange take a 4-3 advantage.
Well, and Lange's slowed himself down a little bit. He's not trying to rush through it. He's moving well, but he's staying controlled
4-3-2.
and composed. So now it's forcing Lange to try to push that ball a little bit wider. Ooh, I thought he was going to speed that ball up after it was that easier ball that was sitting there in front. Instead, he tries to go soft with it, doesn't catch enough.
Kind of stood up through it, didn't stay down.
5-3-2. Backhand flick corner pocket from Lange.
That's the one he wanted before, but he couldn't get enough on it. And Lange was all over it. This time gets more on it. And like you said right there, Dorian, corner pocket Eric Lange.
3-5-1. Point.
Humberg may have hit an out ball.
Well, you hear the out call right as you're making contact.
4-5-1.
Good backswing there from Barr. Sat up long enough. It's the right ball to attack.
Four, 5-2 for the three seeds.
4-5-2.
Oh.
Point.
Lange going right at Humberg during that sequence.
I think that ball's going out, the speed up, but again, Humberg, it's right at the body, and it's so hard to get out of the way and get your paddle down.
5-5-2.
All tied up at 5.
Point.
Just outside the line, Lange calls it wide.
Oh, we're going to have our first challenge.
Referee timeout. We have a challenge.
We're going to have our first challenge. We do have our challenge system in place with our cameras down the sideline and baselines.
That was close. From the naked eye, I thought it was in. So we'll get a good look here and see.
I was expecting Lange was going to hit another around the post right there.
Dom, I'll default to you. My percentage last year was not good on determining by naked eye whether or not a ball was in or out. I'm not sure I got one all year.
I always guess wrong anyway.
Well, that or, your old eyes. One or the other.
Well, that's true. Eyesight's a little off in one eye, so when it's like that, the ball kind of jumps on you a little bit. So what I think is hitting the line is actually couple of inches inside, or what I think is out, hits the line. So, whatever. We'll leave it up to the line system and the referees. Oh, listen. Ooh, that is on the line.
That is on the line, yep. So now if that holds up, it'll be side out 5-5.
Humberg challenged the call as Eric Lange called it wide, bottom left of your screen. Looks to land on the line. So we have this video review here on Championship Court in this quarterfinal matchup between Susanna Barr and Eric Lange and Brendan Long and Mari Humberg.
And then as part of this video review system, players do have unlimited video challenges. However, if they have 3 unsuccessful challenges, they are then issued a technical warning, and then it's additional warnings or technical fouls once they go past that. If they continue to somewhat overuse the system.
As we come back in play here.
Brendan Long trying to stay loose.
After video review, ball was in. Call's overturned. We'll resume play at 5-5-1. 3 video challenges remaining.
So the referee does confirm the ball is in. It will be 5-5-1. Long and Humberg on serve after the side out.
5-5-1.
Oh, nice.
Nutmeg.
Second serve.
Nice job right there from Eric Lange, reading the speed up from Mari Humberg, and he steps in the middle, doesn't let it get to Susanna Barr.
Well, it's a good thing having 8-foot-long arms.
Eric Lange, 6'4". It's not like Brendan Long's a small guy on the other side of the net either. Backhand through the center. How about the reset, though, from Barr in the middle of that point?
Yeah, speed ups and the reset, get back in. But Eric Lange does the same thing twice. Once from the forehand side there, and then now once from the backhand side, reading that ball in the middle.
Oh, that ball was going out.
Second serve.
Couldn't get out of the way. Wow.
Barr apologizing to Lange, saying, I couldn't get out of the way fast enough.
5-5-2.
That's why he just dropped to the court. Oh.
Side out.
Tried to add a little too much topspin there for Barr. See the paddle and the shoulder really roll over
5-5-1.
Exchanging side outs gives the serve back to Lange and Humberg. Humberg telling herself to be patient. That was not the right ball to try and speed up.
Because it was a great drop from Brendan Long, but then an even better fourth shot.
Oh, two quick errors. And, going back to Humberg's speed up there on the backhand side, I think it was there, but not as aggressive speed up as what she went for. It's potentially, something that's got some shape to it, a little bit of elevation, or a more aggressive dink. Ooh, nice flick.
Second serve.
Humberg getting it off the edge guard from Lange.
Yeah, great job there from Humberg, taking the ball out of the air, rolling that to the left hip of Eric Lange.
Lange comes up short on the drop, side out.
Continued to trade service games here, past 3 or 4. Nobody able to get on the board after the video challenge.
And 4 straight side outs.
Another good drop there from Long. He does an excellent job getting inside out of that. He moves the feet quickly, gets the body around the ball, brushes up the back of it, and just good pace and good drop, good shape.
Backhand put away off the paddle of Long.
Well, like the communication in the middle of that point, Brendan Long hit a third shot drop, and he communicated with Humberg in the middle of that saying good, meaning let's go up because it's a good drop.
7-5-1.
7-5-1.
Second serve.
Slippery. We saw that from Kalka in the previous quarterfinal match. We see that from Lange right there. Holds it, waits for Long to commit to the middle. You see jump on the forehand side, and he just slides that across the body.
Oh, what a backhand from Barr.
Well, again, Humberg a little impatient there with the speed up. She speeds it up cross court, gives a little bit more time, a reaction time for Barr right there. Just puts a paddle on it, goes back behind Humberg.
Second serve.
Lange stepping over, but comes up short.
Well, he was there, but you saw as he's reaching in, right at contact, the body starts sliding back to the middle. So now we hit that off the edge of the paddle, not hitting it as clean.
Side out.
Side out.
How about the reset in the middle of that point from Humberg? Barr got a ball behind her, and she resets it perfectly from a tough position to keep them in that point.
Humberg and Long holding a 2-point advantage.
7-5-1, 1 minute.
A timeout taken by Barr and Lange as they are trailing by 2. Our Humana Human Care Spotlight recognizes Jennifer Henson. Jennifer has eagerly volunteered for many shifts as a pickleball match starter, staying before and after to help, as well as picking up extra shifts. In her own words, I have loved meeting all the players, the refs, the volunteers, and being an ambassador of positivity and sportsmanship on and off the courts. Thank you, Jennifer, for all of your hard work. It's people like Jennifer that really make pickleball so inclusive.
Well, I mean, you know, we put in a lot of hours at the courts, but when we get here, all the volunteers are already here. When we leave, I left here last night at around 8:30 after we did our Humana Cup dinner over there, and yeah, the volunteers are still here, making sure everything runs smoothly, and that's one thing. You know, with the APP tours is everybody's here and they're out here to help
7-5-1.
guide you where they can.
Humberg with the speed-up winner off the edge guard.
And nice patience there from Humberg, waiting for the right moment, and then finds the hole in the middle.
Eight, 5-1 for the 6 seeds.
8-5-1. Second serve.
Long just falling back on that drop. See the weight falling back with it. It doesn't get enough depth and enough push through on that drop. Misses it into the net. And this one he's able to step into. Doesn't try to do too much with that drive. 70, 80%, but it's got the shape.
9-5-2.
Ooh, almost a perfect reset there from Humberg, and she can't believe it as she looks to the sky.
Well, that would have been dangerous if it went over the net right there. Just clearing with that much spin would have bounced and slipped through the court.
Instead, it's a side out.
Barr
serve. Not able to make the dig.
I like the drive there from Lange, but an even better job from Long as far as just blocking or punching that ball, getting on top of it, using the power of Lange.
Elevated ball that Lange's able to put away. Point for Barr and Lange.
Starts with the speed up from Barr right there, and then Lange comes in crashing and able to do something with that last ball. Needed to get off 5 right there, did Barr and Lange.
Side out.
That's a tough one there for Barr as well. The weight is falling back. It's a good drop, but then it opens up that court in front. She's not able to get up there and catch up to that 4th shot. Nice aggressive play there from Humberg. She was cutting those forehands sharply, and then the speed up on the forehand. Somehow Barr gets a paddle on it, and she holds this one. Again, holding it enough, waiting for Lange to commit to that forehand side, then can sneak it down the line.
It brings up game point for Humberg and Long. Long comes up short.
It's the same thing. You see Brendan Long right there on the return. He steps in after his serve and doesn't give himself enough room. He's on his back leg, and that ball ends up in the net.
Oh, he got it. Not that one.
That time goes angle, able to earn the side out.
Barr and Lange fight off 1 game point. See if they can go on a run of their own.
I want to go back to you guys talking about the momentum, or not the momentum, but the balance and how Long was off of the back foot after this point. Lange comes up short. Is that because there's less room in front of that screen, or is that
there?
No. What it is Long is taking a step inside the court to try to gain coverage. Ooh.
Side out.
Good adjustment. Yeah, once you take that step inside the court, Long's trying to be aggressive. He's guessing that return is going to go to Humberg. So he steps in, then it's a deeper return. Now, all of a sudden, you're drifting back with that ball. You're hitting it off the back foot. You don't get the extension that you need. That one, he doesn't come forward.
Oh, see the side spin on that ball from Eric Lange.
Off-base ball. It's kind of a screwball right there.
10-6-2.
Game point number 4.
Oh, nice
Lange
pickup.
comes up short as Humberg and Long take game number 2, 11-6. We will head to a winner-take-all game number 3 here on Championship Court between the 3 seed and the 6 seed. Don't go anywhere. This one's going down to the wire here at the 2024 APP Sacramento Open.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the third health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
I'm Ariel Pastori-Sebring here with Vlasic Pickles, and we're putting the pickle in pickleball. In pickleball, the term pickled is when you don't score any points in a game. This grilled Vlasic pickle recipe will score you all the points. Slice them in half long ways. Here are your pickles. Put those babies on the grill. Now we're gonna make our ranch. Roll in crushed potato chips. Winner's grilled pickles.
Game point won by Humberg and Long, sending us to a game number 3 here on Championship Court.
Well, and the adjustment there, too, from Brandon Long is we saw the weight falling back a couple of times. He didn't step in after that serve, so it gave him the ability to move forward on that ball, really put the pressure on, and that's a little bit of the adjustment that we saw from Humberg and Long there in game 2.
And I saw Humberg be controlled with her trigger pulls, and the difference for me was her leaning in, rolling that ball, but she wasn't going at Barr. She was going right at Lange, right in front of her.
Second straight match for Barr and Lange to go to 3 games. They outlasted Getcheva and Lanier in their last match. Humberg and Long have won all of theirs in straight games. Humberg comes up short, side out.
I think that's a difference maker right there. The longer the point goes, I think Lange and Barr have a little bit of an advantage because you're going to look for Humberg and Long to pull a trigger a little sooner.
Oh.
Second serve.
Good ball movement there from Humberg. Gets that one just behind Lange. Tough for him to pick up when the body's still square.
0-0-2.
0-0-2. Lange to serve.
Point.
Long can't make the pickup.
Well, nice drop right there from Susanna Barr. And talked with Lange and Barr earlier in the week
1-0-2.
and talked about Lange letting Barr hit her aggressive drop so he can come up when possible.
What a smart move from Long.
Yeah, nice job. Good defense. I think Barr got that off her hand. The reset, it does go over, and then Lange, another beautiful reset, but Long just going little inside-out drop right there. Nobody home.
0-1-1.
Barr back through the middle on the forehand.
Well, that's what she does so well. She hides and disguises her shots, and she goes inside-out power right there.
0-1-2.
Friendly net cord for Lange.
Wow, it hits the tape and just kicks straight down the net. Long, no chance of getting there.
Second serve.
That was a lot closer.
Well, the other thing is, too, is the wind has changed now. It's no longer coming from our backs where Barr and Lange are hitting into the wind. It's coming across the court now.
Oh, great reset there from Eric Lange. Almost accidental. Long goes right at his paddle here.
2-0-2.
No.
Oh, no, a little chicken wing.
Just Long off the paddle of Long. 3 straight points.
Say that.
I see what you did there.
I didn't even mean to.
Long from Long and Long and
That's how good
Long
I am.
again. Long.
Barr can't make the pickup.
Yeah, let that ball get a little too close to the feet. You see her, again, when
0-3-1.
that weight is falling back and we're trying to drop or reset, much more difficult.
All right.
He
Right
threw,
there, that
threw
ball.
hands up in the air on that one.
Yeah, that ball is
0-3-2.
right at his body, and he's trying to hit a forehand. Tough position to be in.
What shot should he have hit instead?
I'd like to see a
Anything
drop.
but into the
Anything
net.
but the drive. The drive is just tough because it's at his body. If he could take that forehand or backhand right out in front of his body as it's at you, you can drop that in.
Backhand winner.
Yeah, a little more aggression there from both Lange and Barr. Good step in. Drive on the third shot. Barr
4-0-1.
aggressive again on the fifth. Well, that one just catches the line. We may get a challenge here on this one.
It looked like it almost skipped off the line, but we might have another challenge here.
No,
Yeah, we'll get a challenge. I mean, why not, right? You've got 3.
Well, Humberg asking if that's a challengeable call. Take another look.
I think they're asking if they can challenge their own call. Now, do I think that's on the line? Yes. Do I think that's why it skipped up? Yes.
Looks like it caught the outside of the line. They're not even going to challenge here, which is shocking to me. Why would you not?
Well, they didn't make a call. So you can't challenge
Timeout change in, 6-0-1.
a call
No
if you
call,
didn't
right? Yeah,
make a
exactly.
call, because when you don't make a call on the court, you ask the referee, then he makes the call and says, yes, that ball was good.
Well, and then look what happens. A little confusion. You're talking back and forth with the ref. You don't know what's going on. Big serve right there, and then right into the net. And then next thing you know, now we're changing ends. It's a 6-0 lead here for Barr and Lange.
Barr and Lange trying to put the foot down here in game number 3. They took game number 1 11-7 before Humberg and Long came back to take game 2 11-6 here in this winner take all game number 3.
15 seconds.
Barr and Lange in the bottom half of the draw.
Good. Time in. 6-0-1.
Time back in with Lange and Barr leading.
Oh, a little sneak attack there from Eric Lange off the bounce.
Lange all over the court on that one, too. Steps in, drives that ball in the middle. It was a good ball back behind him to the
7-0-1.
backhand side.
Point.
Speed up from Barr in the middle. And again, Chad, you called it about 3-4 points ago that you're seeing both Lange and Barr become aggressive here.
Well, and the difference there with
8-0-1.
that speed up from Barr, she used her legs. She got down underneath that ball, and she could be more aggressive. Where she gets into trouble is when she stays tall. High formation. Around.
Oh! What a point!
The defense on the around the post from Eric Lange. I mean, that's textbook defense right there. It's a fantastic around the post from Mari Humberg, but Lange just angles the paddle. So as soon as that ball hits off the paddle, it goes back cross court. Long has to step into the middle and cover once Humberg goes out wide. You see Long step in. The angle goes back behind him. Now they're both off the court, and it opens up that middle.
That's the one right there that if it's me, the one Barr hits right there, you have all the court in the world and you're looking at it going, just don't miss. And it is just perfect spot there from Barr right at the feet of Mari Humberg.
That is our Gamma Live to Play rally of the match. No doubt about it. The best point of the match. We take another look.
Let's see it again here.
The angle doesn't overhit it, just blocks it. Court's spread open. Yeah, that's the one where you're like, hey, I got a whole court. I'm going to finish this, and you put it about 4 feet deep.
You hit the logo on the video board behind. But
eyes get real big.
Oh, nice look down the line right there. Another good get from Long, too, to be able to recover and at least make Barr hit another ball.
A perfect placement from Lange defensively. Great efforts on both sides of the net, but it is Lange and Barr that are 2 points away from taking this match.
9-0-1.
9-0-1 in game number 3.
Yeah, I think Lange has to stay with that step over, be aggressive on that forehand. It was kind of off balance a little bit, so he let Barr take it, but he was out of position. Oh, that's
right through the middle. He got what he wanted, but couldn't finish.
Well, yeah. And again, you see there where Lange is standing up a little taller. So now when he attacks that, the ball comes out flat. It doesn't have the top spin that he's looking for. Where the adjustment is the chest stays forward just a little bit. Now you get the shape.
Yes, and it's a long way down from 6-4.
So we had a 10-1 recovery from JW and Georgia Johnson earlier. Can Brendan Long and Mari Humberg come back down 9-0 and give us another amazing comeback?
Oh, he missed it. He had the whole half of the court.
Tried to do too much. Make sure that ball did not come back. It's a side out instead.
But the step over there from Lange, recognizing the Barr's in trouble with the big serve from Long. There's no way she's going to get up to the kitchen line.
It floats Long off the backhand of Humberg, and it brings up match point.
Did not see this coming here in this game. I was expecting it to be pretty tight.
But we talk about the quarterfinal for Lange and Barr. Quarterfinal for Lange and Barr. They win the first one, 11-4. Then it loses
11-0.
0-11. And then come back and win 11-0 or 11-1 in game 3. Oh, he read it right.
Lange couldn't get it down, side out, as Mari Humberg and Brandon Long still alive here in this quarterfinal.
So that's a 10-0 approach there from Lange. He was just trying to come up and put pressure on. Maybe Long makes a mistake. He doesn't, finds a good spot.
0-10-1, 1 minute.
So timeout here from Barr and Lange.
You sound surprised.
10-0. No, not much. No. You get two veteran players knowing that, hey, we're up 10-0. We may have got a little chaotic there the last couple points on attempts. So they've had 3 attempts at match point, I believe, here on championship court. They're going to take that time out. They're going to regroup. They're going to get back to what got them that 10-0 lead.
What has gotten Barr and Lange the 10-0 lead?
I mean, just complete control of each and every point. And one thing to point out is that what you're seeing is when Mari Humberg is returning, she puts so much cut on the ball, right? What's the answer to a cut return is a drive third. Use her spin against her. And so what's happening is you're seeing a lot of when Mari Humberg returns, you're seeing Eric Lange take most of those thirds, and he is really driving them and using her spin against her to really create a lot of dip. And that's what I think one of the differences has been in this third game.
0-10-1.
It will be Humberg to serve first, 0-10-1.
Point.
Tried to rush that backhand cross court there from Eric Lange, trying to get Long off balance.
Nope. Humberg going for the ATP, missed it.
Yeah, again, so she's slapping that. She's got to get that paddle outside the ball, hit the outside part of it, so then you can shape it back in. When you slap at it right behind the ball, it's just going to go straight down the line.
Lange stepping across for the put away, side out. It will be match point number 3.
10-1-1.
Ball never came up. Barr didn't move a feet to get up to that ball either.
I don't even think Lange and Barr thought that was coming back over. I think they thought it was over.
May have left a little bit of plastic on the net court.
Point game.
Humberg puts it into the net as the
Barr
3 seed advances in 3 games. Barr and Lange take it 7-6-1. They are moving on to the semifinal. We'll hear from the winners here on Championship Court when we return here at the 2024 APP Sacramento Open on ESPN.
No, since I've been using Leo rubber, I've had way less problem on my AT band and hips. It has been really a game changer for me, so I highly recommend it to everyone.
That's what makes it so different. The whole idea about balanced compression, it improves your blood flow, reduces your fatigue. At the end of the day, you feel so much better.
I feel comfortable, I feel supported, I feel like I can train harder, train longer, recover faster, and feel supported while I'm playing. And that's so crucial for me, especially in singles when I'm trying to play against the youngest. I'm not the youngest out there, but I try and play against the youngest.
Nothing makes a gathering great like Eggland's best eggs. They're just so delicious. With better nutrition, too. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
So we'll take another look at match point here for Susanna Barr and Eric Lange. A back and forth battle in games 1 and 2. But Lange and Barr put the pressure on in game 3. And they'll be moving on to the semifinals. They'll take on the winner of the Johnson siblings and Will Howes and Millie Rain. We're going to throw it down to Dominic Catalano, who's courtside with our winners.
All right, Susanna, I'll start with you. You guys split games 1 and 2, 11-7. You go on a huge run in game number 3. What was the difference going into game 3?
Yeah, we just upped our energy. We knew we had to come out hot. We were on the good side to start, and so we wanted to make sure we had a big lead going into the switch.
And then, Eric, you used kind of Mari's spin against her a little bit with those drives. Was it something you looked to change going from game 2 to game 3, being a little more aggressive?
Mari's an incredible player. She got me a number of times up my line, so I had to adjust for that. But yeah, her spin presents a different sort of problem. It helps to hit topspin when someone's hitting underspin some of the time, but she and Brandon can make up for anything that floats. So it was just a tremendous experience playing next to this young lady right here and having a great time in Northern Cal.
All right, well, congratulations, guys. Moving on to the semifinals. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, another quarterfinal matchup here on Championship Court at the APP Sacramento Open.